Hello everyone. Today we are going to be discussing primitive data types in Java. So the two main types of primitive data types are the Boolean type and the numeric type. Let's start off with the Boolean type. So the way you represent the Boolean type in Java is by using the keyword Boolean. So here, as you see, it lights up. So the things with Boolean, the catch, is that it can either only be true or false. Any other value would give you an error. So as you see here, let's do true. Okay, now let's print it out. And see, it prints out true. So now let's try it with false. Now let's try it again, and you'll see that it will print out false. But now let's try to do something that would cause it to make an error. So let's do the number 6. As you see, it gives an error, and it says cannot convert int to boolean. So that would not work. And as it gives us an error, now let's run it. You'll see that you will not be able to put an integer into a see. Okay. So that's basically it. A boolean is a true and a false. That's really a true or a false. That's how a boolean. Those are the two types of data that a boolean stores. Now let's move on to numeric. There's two types of numeric type values. There's the integer and the floating point. So integers are basically whole numbers, positive, negative, no matter how big, no matter how small. So the integer data type is very intricate, but I'll just go over the main type, which is most used in programming, which is int. So as you saw before, when we tried to put Boolean type or that Boolean example equals 6, it said cannot convert into Boolean. So that number 6 is what we call an integer. So as we see here, we're putting int as a data type, and we're putting in and we're using examples are very variable, and it stores the integer 6 inside of example. So let's print out example. As you see, it will print out 6. That's the data type. That's the type of numbers that you can store inside of example. So let's try a bigger number to show that this works. So let's put the number, or yeah, 1 million. Not 1 billion. 10 million. Yep. So let's say 10 million. You see, it prints out 10 million. So, and basically, the way that you access integers in Java is by using this keyword int, and that will help you be able to access and control integers in your programming. So now let's move on to the other type, the floating type, the floating point type. So there are two types of floating point, the way you can access the floating point data type. So in this example, I'll be using doubles. So a double is basically, the way I like to think of it, is a decimal value. So look, let's use an example. Let's do 3.14. As you see, it will print out 3.14. So doubles are basically the way you use decimal values. So look, if I try to you put int, which is a whole number, it will give me an error by saying you cannot convert double to int. So a double is literally just a decimal value. So if you ever want to get a fractional value, a decimal value in Java, that's double is the way you use it. So I hope that you learned a little bit or how benefited from this intro to primitive data types, and you can continue your programming journey from this video.